Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a new series premiere review for the series premiere of the brand new television series from DC Comics, Titans. And spoiler warning, if you guys have not seen the premiere episode for Titans yet, man, this one's really cool, so I wanted to go ahead and at least do a review for the premiere of the new series. It's already been confirmed to be renewed for a second season from DC, of course, and this is our live-action version of your Titans or your Teen Titans, right? So reminds me of like Teen Titans Go, right? So there's been obviously quite a few different versions of Teen Titans done, but this is the first one that I can recall, or the first one that's like, you know, a live action a series that actually is pretty awesome. You know, it's pretty awesome. After seeing the premiere, I was impressed by this quite a bit. Now, we've seen some trailers for it, and we kind of got an idea earlier on about the feel of the series and what it would be like. But I can tell you that I was pretty impressed by this premiere episode. I actually thought it turned out better than I thought it would. I think Robin is a character where anytime you do Robin, it's like, you always just want to see Batman, right? So, and even in this one, they kind of play up to that as well, too, as Robin kind of drops in for a fight sequence in this one against some thugs and dealers. And they're all looking for Batman, right? They're like, okay, is Robin's here? Like, Batman could be here. Where's Batman, right? So, and that's one thing about it. Robin has never been really done in a badass form in almost any, live action series or even cartoon that he's ever been in. I mean, in terms of the live action versions of Robin we've had, I mean, they're, in terms of their badassity, they leave a lot to be desired. They certainly are not like, someone you'd be scared of is going to come up and beat your ass and strike fear in the hearts of villains like Batman does. So he's definitely a tricky character, I think, for them to nail down and to get. In this one, Dick Grayson, played by Brenton Thwaites. I think that's how you say his name. Awesome, man. I thought that, takeaways from the episode, he was fantastic. I also like the girl they chose to play Raven, who's basically like, she seems to be quite a bit younger than him. He's working as a detective in Detroit. And, then, of course, goes into Robin, mode, alter ego when time calls for it, when it makes sense for him to do so. He's got the staff and everything like that, which is really cool. And even though his costume is a little bit, I don't want to say bright, but it's got some of the colors, it reminds me most closely of what I think like a Dark Knight, if you guys remember the Dark Knight trilogy, what a Dark Knight Robin would probably be like. Like if you had to pick of what kind of a sort of a realistic Dark Knight type of Robin that would fit in that kind of a universe, or one of the more realistic of the DC, not like Batman Forever type deal, But I like the costume. It's got kind of like it's kind of got like a Dark Knight, armor type feel, where it's got like it almost looks like motorcycle gear, but it's still got the colors. It's still got the red and the greens and darker greens and everything, and the mask and everything, and it's just it's really cool, man. So that's probably the thing that I was most impressed with, is how actually badass Robin was in this one, where he's throwing the whatever they're like, throwing star things, like cutting all the guys' hands up and beating the crap out of everybody and stuff. And so it's pretty cool, as a screw Batman type deal, right? As he says here. So we get the idea that he's had some kind of falling out with Batman, and that's why he's kind of gone off on his own, which is, I want to say, comic book accurate for eventually Dick Grayson to break away from Bruce and to go kind of do his own thing. So I liked everything they did with Robin in this premiere episode. He's probably the best live-action Robin that we've maybe ever seen, because we've never really seen one like this. And I thought, at least for the start in the premiere episode, he was a really cool rendition of the character. So the first episode's called Titans, and a few other things about the episode that I really liked. The score in it I thought was awesome. Really cool sound they have. I like the intro, everything like that. And but the score in particular, it really mixes in some darker tones with some kind of tones that reminded me most of maybe like Stranger Things or like 80s type of deal, and that fits really well with Titans, because because they've kind of got this vibe where it's dark at certain parts. You'll see blood. You'll see, Raven's mom, spoiler warning, get shot in the head, the back of the head and everything. You'll see the blood all over the floor as she kind of gets revenge on the guy later on when Robin sort of comes to save her, but then she doesn't really need saving anyway because she's, all Raven needs to do is way out and go into her dark mode and then, take guys down or whatever to make them, puke all their insides out or whatever she wants to do, right? Because she's uber powerful, just like in the comics. But the score really setting the mood well. I think that the city they chose, Detroit, of course, Detroit is like, it's like half a wasteland, right? In real life anyway, so it'll probably be cheap for them to film there and everything because, half the damn place is like all burnt down and shit and just, abandoned buildings everywhere and stuff. So it fits really well. It's a good choice, I think, for a city if you're not going to go with like a Chicago or something like that to represent to Gotham. So Raven and Robin liked them a lot, liked the score a lot, thought that was really good. Let's see, we've got the Beast Boy. So Beast Boy comes in just for a quick kind of like cameo type of deal, as I think he's stealing like a movie or a video game or something. That's like in his tiger mode that he switches back and he's all naked, so he grabs like a bush and he's like running away. So that's kind of funny. And then we have Starfire, right? So, out of everything in the episode, I thought maybe her parts were kind of like the ones that I found to be the least, maybe the least interesting or the least appealing for me. But, there was kind of the cool Scorch where she basically scorches all these guys, just basically causes the room to just like the air to just ignite into fire and everything. So it's pretty cool. Her costume is okay. She's got crazy hair and stuff like that. So it's fun. It's one of those, I think, like Raven too. But with Raven, they've got kind of the horror effect going for what Raven's going for. With Starfire, it's kind of like more of a, I don't know, 80s like, poofy hair, the whole bit. And we'll have to see how that kind of connects with the others and where they're at right now. Same with Beast Boy as well, too, and how that, how his storyline is going to connect with the others. But I thought the premiere was really great, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to give it a 9.1 out of 10. And I think it's very promising for the series, especially getting to see, if you had to pick one lead, it'd probably be Robin, as it should be. He's kind of the leader of Titans and Teen Titans. And so, maybe I should stop saying Teen Titans because he's clearly not a teenager in this one. He's fully employed as a detective and everything like this in Detroit, and the others as well, too, even though Raven is still like a teenager right now. So for anybody who was wondering my thoughts on Titans in the first episode, the premiere episode, I thought it was great. I think the series has a lot of promise. I'm happy to hear it's already been renewed for a second season, and I'm definitely going to be watching to see how it turns out because they've never done a serious version of I'm going to say like we have the CW, DC, Arrowverse and all that kind of stuff. And, some of it's okay. I know it's got its fans for sure. And there's a lot of people who do like it. But I don't know. I kind of feel like this one to me has a really cool feel because it feels a little bit darker at times, but yet and very badass as well too. But it has some lighter heart stuff in there as well at the same time. So it feels like, to me at least, it feels like it's a little bit better quality than what I'm used to kind of seeing for kind of the CW stuff. And that's not a knock against Arrow and all the others. Like I said, I know those shows certainly have a huge audience, a lot of people that follow those shows and like to watch them. So, and I don't hate them or anything like that. But I think this one might appeal to me even more than those do. Also, because I'm a big Batman fan too, and we've just never seen this cool of a version of Robin before. So that's my review for the premiere episode. Let me know what you guys thought if you got a chance to check it out. Just leave your comments below. Let me know what you think about the series and whether or not it could end up actually going for a few years, maybe get a few-year run here and actually become a pretty good show. Let me know what you think, and if you guys like this review, please thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again soon for another review. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.